Slicing through the paper just like butter. Damn it. Detroit Knife Reviewer here, back with another knife review for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have for you the Kershaw Thermite. It's a folding knife, as you can see. I would call this a medium to large size folding knife. Despite its size, it has been very easy to carry since I've got it. No real hiccups or anything with the size, and I actually prefer a good sized knife like this for daily use and carrying, just because of the fact that I have a lot of cutting tasks that could potentially require a large knife from day to day. The blade length on this is 3.5 inches. I'll just get ready to bring the ruler out. Overall length is just about 8.5 inches, with the cutting edge being 3.5, and closed just about 4 3/4, or just under 5. But like I said, despite the size, it is a pleasure to carry this knife. Right out of the box, it is extremely sharp. I had no trouble with anything that I've cut before. It has two different handle scales. This side is a G10, textured G10. It has kind of a cool design in here in it. Looks kind of tactical, with a hole in the back here for if you wanted to put any kind of cord or tie anything to it. The other side is this stainless steel, which is this stone wash or blackwash, I believe they call it. Has kind of a worn, textured look in the metal, and I think it looks really cool. Another good plus side of that is any little scratches or scuffs you get along that from using the knife are kind of hidden because it comes like that right out of the box. It's a frame lock into right here, you can see. And it has this over travel preventer or lock bar stabilizer right here, so you can't. I've never really had any problem with breaking or bending these to where they no longer function, the locks, but just another good thing you have there, so you can't bend it too far when you're opening it, so it should have a really good longevity. It has a pretty small pocket clip here, but it holds it in your pocket fairly well. My only complaint about that is it is extremely tight right here. It takes a lot of force to do that, and when you slide it in your pocket, you really got to push hard to get it to pop down in there. And also, as you can see, these screws are not countersunk or recessed in there. They kind of stick out, so when you're sliding it in your pocket, it kind of hangs on that. You have to push it, maybe adjust your grip, then push it down a little bit more. This is the Kershaw Speed Safe assisted knife opening. It has a torsion bar in there that helps get the blade come out faster with the flipper. Speaking of that, it has a pretty good sized flipper, which is ambidextrous for left or right hand. Opens it fairly well. It also has a thumb stud, but the thumb studs are it's pretty close to the handle scale there, and it is usable, but it's a little bit harder to do that, and it just feels better to use the flipper and get it open. But it does have the ambidextrous thumb studs if you prefer or choose to do that. And speaking of ambidextrous, the pocket clip also is a 4-position pocket clip. Comes with an extra set of these screws. They're Torx screws, and you can have it tip up or tip down, or left or right hand carry, so that's a pretty good feature. Has this back spacer in here, is a pretty thick jimping textured on there. That provides excellent grip when holding the knife, and as well as it has that same kind of pattern here on the back of the spine of the blade. Kershaw Speed Safe is what it reads there on the one side, and the other one, it just reads 3880 BW, KAI patented, Hinderer design. This knife was designed by Rick Hinderer, and I think he did an excellent job on this. Plan on reviewing other knives that he designed in the future. There's a couple that I plan on picking up here pretty soon. The blade is hollow ground for most of it. Up here you can see the grind is hollow right there, but then on the end it actually gets a little bit thicker and turns into a flat grind for the last ½ inch or so up here, and they call that a sponto tip. And it actually is thicker. It provides the tip a lot more strength, and I believe that Kershaw even said use it for prying or anything like that, but I would never really do that with any of my knives personally. You can kind of see here has this little thinner area where the swedge is, but it gets thicker up top. And I really like that. I think that's a cool concept, and tip is kind of the weak point of a knife blade, and it's cool that they strengthened it like that. Okay. Let's get a weight here for you really fast. Zeroed out. 4.8 ounces, less than 5 ounces. It's a little heavy, but nothing too terrible. Pretty typical for a knife of this size. As always, thanks for watching, and tune in next Monday for the next knife review.